Hi Rob, yes, the topic which I want to discuss this morning is, I thought about it and it's something that I had to discuss a couple of times with my team this year, and it's something, and it's a topic called perception. Now, a trusted friend of mine, which is he's an author, actually said there's no such thing as reality, it's just perception, because you based your decisions about anything based on your reality is based on your perception, how you perceive it. For an example, if you've been a victim of crime, you will think this is a very violent suburb. If you've never been robbed, mugged or hijacked, you think this is a very safe, but your neighbor might not have the same perspective. His reality might differ. And in DuePoint, which I found is, I signed up a friend yesterday, and the first thing he said is, and I've been after this friend for 2 years, and eventually he took the time and he said, it's not at all what we thought it is. So his reality changed from his perspective, came in touch with his reality when he actually investigated DuePoint and had a look. And if you're looking at this, this is something you must be very, very careful for, because I nearly missed this opportunity because I thought it is like, and then when I found it's not at all. In fact, I brought a prop to the studio this morning. I was doing some handiwork at home and I bought this drill bit. And the funny thing is, statistically, a few 100,000 drill bits get sold in South Africa every year. But nobody wants a drill bit. They want to make a hole into something. And this is exactly how DuePoint is. People, their perception of DuePoint, if you know what DuePoint can do for you, it will change your perspective. People always say, I want to make money. Now, here's the thing. If money was everything, if money would have made you happy, then I guess the guys in Hollywood would be the most happiest people, but they've got the highest divorce rate. So it doesn't look like money is entirely connected to happiness. Yes, I always make this joke. Money is not everything, but it's better to cry in your Land Rover than on your bicycle, you know. But money gives you options. But if you have a big case of money with a few million in it and you're not allowed to spend it, it's empty. You cannot do anything with it. The thing about DuePoint is the vehicle that it creates. And the essence, which I think, if you ask the people, initially we joined for the money, and what has kept us is not the money, but the freedom. Because if the freedom.
The freedom from what?
The freedom of choice. I think, if I could be blunt, if you're in a job, there's a lot of perception at a workplace. For an example, I was always, when I was still employed, I was joking, I make as if I work, and then my employer makes as if he pays me. And both of us had this perception for a couple of years until I got self-employed. The perceivement out there is, in DuePoint, you can choose the people you surround yourself with. Often, if you're in a working environment, the people that you surround yourself might not be your favorite person. And spending most of your life in that time sphere where you're not really happy, I meet a lot of business people. And in fact, a couple of days ago, a business person said to me, if I can do this X amount per month, I will close this company now. And I looked at my friend and he said, I don't have a company. It's got me. And he's got no freedom. And this is the perception which a lot of people have. They think this is this, DuePoint is this. But the thing is what DuePoint does, it gives you the freedom of choice who you work with. It gives you the freedom of choice where you work. It gives you the freedom of choice how you work. And how you're going to do it. There's some people that use multimedia, Facebook, and they get very good at that. It actually suits their personality. Then I get other people that works in a smaller sphere. They do more one-on-one, and they build excellent teams. In fact, a good suggestion is to try and learn both skills and change that perception. People say, one perception in DuePoint is people think, I need to sell the products. The reality is the products has been used for decades in South Africa anyway. We don't sell the products, we sell the concept. And if you sell the concept, the perception which I want to leave you with is you must be a boffin on your app. You need to show a person on your app exactly what makes you excited about this business and how does everything work. You need to be a boffin on the website, where to find the details. I found that my success is to do with the way I market the company and the people in the company. They're like family to me. So before I show you a video, I can actually tell you a lot about the presenter and the company which is going to represent their background. So by the time you watch the clip, you're actually anticipating to see what this is all about. I found a lot of people just send the stuff, and the perception they have, that they expect from the presenter to do all the questions, all the objections, all the convincing in 45 minutes. Now, I believe prospecting or networking is a lot like dating. I mean, if you meet somebody and you're attracted to somebody, what you would do is you would date that individual. You get to know somebody, and people want to get to know the company before they make a decision. And that's why you actually have to make sure that you set it up. If I can talk in pictures, it's like giving somebody a car. You don't drive past him and throw him with the keys and hope he gets the message. You tell him, listen, I've got a car for you. That's the color of the car, this is where it's parked, and it fits in this key. And if you take this key, it becomes your vehicle, and your options increases. And you need to do the same with DuePoint. And perceptions, people from there, when I talk about the perception of wealth fixes everything, it doesn't. If your life is in a downhill slope, DuePoint is not necessarily going to fix your life in that, but it's going to enable you a total different life, which might not have some of the shortcomings you already have. So your life might not be falling apart, it might be falling into place. It might, for the viewer of this video clip, you'll hear me if I speak to you, it might be that your life has come to a point where it's kind of distracting in certain areas of your life, that you have to redirect the whole way you've been earning. And you have to almost make a career change. And that's not going to happen overnight. People say, perception is if I join today, I'll have a huge team in 2-3 months. It's very possible, and the DuePoint system can handle and support that. But your perception should be logical, that the amount of time that you're going to put into the business. People perceive that because DuePoint is working for some people, it will just automatically work for yourself. It would, but then you have to adopt the same disciplines. One of the disciplines which I found is lacking sometimes, people don't show up. I mean, the main reason why I found people didn't join DuePoint is not because the company is not good or people don't make money. For whatever reason, the main reason is because the person that introduced the opportunity to them is not committed. And they promote it badly. And the thing is, you'll understand it. I've got teenagers. When they're excited about something, you know about it. Why? Because they're loud, their whole body language, their demeanor, everything changes. Yet I've seen people explaining DuePoint, and it's like very dull. It looks like DuePoint does not affect you. It doesn't look like something specific happened in your life. And there's a lot of words you can use. If you're not rich, if you're not a great success, you can say that to a friend. Listen, I'm an old tannie, I'm not doing well, I might be a pensioner, but I came across an opportunity, and brilliant, with my life experience, it made absolutely sense. You're a person which opinion I, for a long time in my life, evaluated. Can I brave a coffee with you and run it past you? I would like to tell me what you think. That's the kind of approach that people should do. They try and force people in it, or they want a quick 2, 3, 4 liners. Yet most of the people I sign, and I've always said it when a clip sometimes takes 3, 4, 5, 6 follow-ups. Very often I run into people that has been approached by people and the guy just disappeared and they can't get hold of him anymore. Because if he didn't say yes instantly, if I talk about freedom, if I can use an example, life changes fast, and there's a lot of small things happening in people's lives that occupies them, and just for one brief second, they didn't focus on what makes you excited, and they missed. So your job is to carry that message, that excitement, and say, I want you to actually have a look at this opportunity and give me your objective opinion. If people say to me, Dan, besides the money, the cruises, the freedom, it's a small stuff. Last year, I sadly lost my mom. It was a terrible year for us. We had to, help bath and feed her every single day. And it took a huge strain, from our family. And all of our family, some of the family couldn't help more because they had a boss. And the thing is with the boss, he's only going to give you a day or two because that's what he can afford to give you. But for us that work for ourselves, like in DuePoint, we could actually give more time, and we're thankful to the Lord for that opportunity. And that's the wealth. My mama eventually sadly passed away. We sincerely missed her. And on this Friday, we would have thought that we're going through to the rugby final. I've decided I want to take my motorbike the morning and watch the game with my dad. I don't have to ask permission. I don't have to fill in a leave form. I don't have to stand in a queue or beg or make as if I bury a relative. I'm just going to go sit with my dad. Now, guys, this is wealth. I don't know, in life you meet certain friends and relatives which is destined to cross your path. And when you leave this life, the only thing you're going to have is memories. We can always make more money. And then with DuePoint, you're definitely going to make money. But the memories is the thing what gets me, and the freedom. One of my best friends, Chris, his wife, accidentally got driven over at the workplace a couple of weeks ago. She's in a step down. Chris's boss had to send him to Cape Town. So as his best friend, I'm going to fetch his wife tomorrow, because I promised him, don't worry, I won't let your son, battle with the auntie all alone. I'll go help your son. And it's the thing is sometimes to be there for a friend and have the freedom. I remember when I was still employed, one of your kids get ill and you ask your boss permission to take them to hospital. And if you had a bad boss, which I had at the time, he would say to you, again. And you say, no, it's not again, it's the second child. Last week was the first one, this is the second one. And there's 3 of them, so there might be a chance. Because children don't get ill at the same time. They go like children do. And they don't follow the rules ever. But the freedom is, on a negative side, is it gives you the freedom to take care of your life, to take care of your loved ones, and earn a decent income. Yes, you work sometimes odd hours, but you can work at different places. A month and a half ago, me and Roelof has got a good team member, Zacchaeus. Hi, Zacchaeus. In Mbombela, we went to, and we actually supported his team. There were some strong partners from Ermelo that also attended there, Yolandi and Shamay. And Roelof took his wife. I couldn't take my wife because she was writing exams. She's a broker. And I stayed with Marsha and Roelof, but we stayed in Marlof in a game reserve. We worked during the day, but at night I was listening to lions roar and Geniafel. And I was lying in my bed and I thought, this is really not such a bad business. A bad day in the office, gets beat, or a good day in the office gets beaten by a bad day in the bush every time. So there's a lot of freedom, and this is the perception which people have. They think DuePoint is hard work. It's damn hard work, but the work rewards you, because the people reward you, the friendships, the quality of people you end up spending your life. You're most probably going to grow older than most people that you know, because it's less stressful hanging around like-minded individuals who's got a positive outlook in life than hanging around with a world of backstabbing, negative guys, everybody in for himself. So the brotherhood, which I found, that's what a lot of people miss about this industry. People miss all the things this business can actually do for you. I mean, it is not as simple as just making money. You can actually have a good, decent life full of adventure, and it's a very doable life. I've got a very analyzing personality. I always said, what type of guy goes great? And I found out it's the tall ones, it's the short ones, it's the bright ones, it's the not so bright ones. It's technically just the guys that show up and follow the plan to the T. And that's the perception I wanted to talk to you about this morning and say, guys, and if you knew, and your friend has shown you this, I had a perception about what I was supposed to see. And when I actually looked at DuePoint, I couldn't believe. In fact, I was so convinced that I went back to the people that I love and said, I saw something. And I don't know how to explain it to you. But the more I see it, I think this is what I'm going to do. This is my home. This is my future. They didn't see it immediately. And I said, it's not that important if you see it now, because I know what I saw. And that's what my friend yesterday said, and I salute you for saying so, is now that I've seen it myself, I know. If I want to dare you, check out the DuePoint opportunity. Don't look at the person that brought it to you, because God might have a plan in your life with DuePoint. And if you use that specific individual, there are people that have saved my life, which I didn't think play such an important. I'm today best friends with people which I didn't think I would be best friends with. The reality of it is, don't form the perception that DuePoint is just like everything else, unless you've carefully investigated us and you do a good job about it. Get some questions, get the answers, speak to the person that show you the DuePoint concept, and if he's a bit confused, phone the call center or ask him to go fetch the guy that show him or her the opportunity and see if you can't get help. And guys, listen what I say to you this morning. If you understand, if you've seen what I've seen, you'll understand where does the love for this industry and why it draws people in and keeps us together. Because in this unfair, demanding, complicated world we're living in, there's a simmer of economy of hope that has been born in South Africa that really works. It really does what it say. It's so good dealing with a company that whatever they said, they in fact give you. I've been a salesperson all my life. Trying to get your money out of people is sometimes the most difficult thing. Trying to get the admin done, here it just works. If you switch on your phone, it works. If you go into YouTube, it works. If you get to the office, it's here. And the perception changed. Guys, it's no longer perception, it became a reality. DuePoint is here to stay. We're hitting, people can hate us, they can do whatever, but they have to acknowledge us. And we would like to have you in our team, but if you don't want to be part of our team, we have no problem approaching your friends with the help of the person that showed you the clip. That's not good for you. He'll explain to you what it means. But the thing is, we would like to get to meet you and be involved with you and teach you how to change people's perception about our company and what we're all about. And thank you for your time.